Hello, friends. So, our topic is disarmament. This is a concept under the political science in India. So, what is disarmament? Disarmament, in the broad sense, means the total abolition of armaments of all types. So, it refers to the abolition or removal of all the arms or ammunition, whether conventional or nuclear. So it is a different form of regulation of armaments, which means reduction and restriction of armaments. The desire for a total ban on armaments has been expressed time and again since the beginning of the 20th century, but its intensity began to grow only after the Second World War. With the use of the atom bombs in the Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the question of disarmament assumed new dimensions. So, especially after the Second World War, the voices were raised against the total banning of the arms and ammunitions. Disarmament became a more urgent and complicated issue with the rapid development of nuclear weapons capable of mass destruction. Disarmament is the act of reducing, limiting, or abolishing weapons. Disarmament generally refers to a country's military or specific type of weaponry. So, it is the act of reducing, limiting, or abolishing the weapons. During the process of reducing a nation's supply of weapons or the strength of its armed forces, the main focus is on the three categories of the weapon. So, under this concept of armaments, the focus is on three categories: weapons of indiscriminate effect, such as cluster munition and landmines, and biological and chemical weapons, and non-proliferation of nuclear weapons. Disarmament was defined by the United Nations General Assembly as the elimination of all weapons of mass destruction, coupled with the balanced reduction of armed forces and conventional armaments based on the principle of undiminished security of the parties with a view to promoting or enhancing stability at a lower military level, taking into account the need of all the states to protect their security. So this was the definition which is given by the United Nations General Assembly. Now, disarmament in international relation, in the context of international relation, it has four distinct conceptions. First, so disarmament in international relation have distinct conception. First, the penal destruction or reduction of the armament of the country defeated in the war. For the disarmament of Germany and its ally is an example of this conception of disarmament. Second, the complete abolition of all the armaments as advocated by the utopian thinker and occasionally by the government. Third, the reduction and limitation of national armaments by general international agreement through such international forums such as League of Nations in the past and United Nations in the present. This last is the most frequent current use of the term. So these are the different facets of this concept of disarmament. Now there are treaties related to the disarmament. First is the Partial Test Ban Treaty 1963. So this treaty banned nuclear weapon tests in the atmosphere, in outer space and underwater, which prohibited all test detonation of nuclear weapons except for those conducted underground. So here the exception is the underground. Nuclear tests can be conducted underground, but not in the atmosphere, in the outer space and underwater. A test ban was seen as a means of slowing nuclear proliferation and the nuclear arm race. Here, the nuclear proliferation means that augmentation or a large level of where at a larger level the nuclear weapon is collected or the strength is the strength of nuclear weapons is raised. Though the PBT PTBT did not halt proliferation or arms race. Its enactment did coincide with the substantial decline in the concentration of radioactive particles in the atmosphere. So it did not prohibit, this treaty did not prohibit it, but it does lead to decrease in the radioactive particles in the atmosphere. This treaty was signed by the government of Soviet Union in the UK and the United States in Moscow on 5th August 1963 before it was open for signature by other countries. The treaty formally went into effect on 10 October 1963. Since then, 123 other states have become party to the treaty. 10 states have signed but not ratified the treaty. Now, second treaty is Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty 1968. So it is an international treaty whose objective is to prevent the spread of nuclear weapons and weapons technology, to promote cooperation in the peaceful uses of nuclear energy, and to further the goal of achieving nuclear disarmament and general and complete disarmament. On August 2016, 191 states have become parties to the treaty. India never accepted Non-Proliferation Treaty 1968. So the treaty is interpreted as a three-pillar system with an implicit balance among the non-proliferation, the disarmament, and right to peacefully use the nuclear technology. So this is the three pillar of this treaty. Now next convention is the Convention on Biological Weapon 1972. This convention prohibits production, acquisition, retention, and stockpiling of biological agent and toxin. If there is non-compliance by one state party, other state party can approach the Security Council, which will take necessary measures. So fourth is Convention on Chemical Weapons 1993. Each state party undertakes never under any circumstances to develop, produce, acquire, stockpile, or retain chemical weapons or to transfer them directly or indirectly to any other state. They are never to use chemical weapons, never to encourage military preparation to use chemical weapons. These states are never to assist, encourage, or induce in any way activities prohibited under this convention. A state induce a state not in compliance with the convention shall be required to take remedial action and will be subject to several penalties. So this is the Convention on Chemical Weapon 1993. Now the most important treaty on disarmament is Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty. So it is called CTBT. So it is a multilateral treaty that bans all nuclear tests for both civilians and military purposes in all the environments. It was adopted by United Nations General Assembly on 10 September 1996 but has not entered into force as 8 specific nations have not ratified the treaty. So this treaty obligates countries that sign and ratify not to carry out any nuclear weapon, test explosion, or any other nuclear explosion. This treaty has been seen as an essential step towards nuclear disarmament for over 4 decades. The treaty is intended to stop the qualitative nuclear arms race. The treaty also aims to prevent further horrendous health and environmental damage caused by the nuclear test explosion once and for all. It curbs the development of new nuclear weapons and improvement of existing nuclear weapon designs. This treaty verification regime is a unique comprehensive system consisting of international monitoring system, international data center, and on-site inspections. It constantly monitors the planet for nuclear explosion and shares its findings with the member state. At present, India, North Korea, and Pakistan have not yet signed the treaty. The CTBT is the last barrier on the way to develop nuclear weapons. It curbs the development of new nuclear weapons and the improvement of existing nuclear weapon designs. The treaty provides a legally binding norms against nuclear testing. The treaty also helps prevent human suffering and environmental damage caused by the nuclear testing. So this basically, uh, all the countries are calling for this nuclear ban is to save the human race, because nuclear weapon will cause harm to a greater level. It may threaten our existence also. That is why the nuclear stockpiling has been prohibited and abolished by many countries. So this was the whole concept of the disarmament. Thank you, everyone.